Moving ahead, I would like our guests to please settle down so that we can move forward to our next panel discussion. Being a woman entrepreneur myself, I feel very proud of introducing the next topic to you. Women entrepreneurs are playing an increasingly vital role in driving innovation, creating jobs, and contributing to the overall economic growth of India. In this discussion, we will explore the unique challenges and opportunities faced by women entrepreneurs, the impact of their contributions on the economy, and the importance of fostering a more inclusive entrepreneurial ecosystem. And for the same, we have a set of trailblazing women entrepreneurs. Join me in welcoming Ms. Tripti Singhal Somani. I would request all of you to please join your hands to welcome these esteemed speakers on the stage, and I would request the panelists and speakers in front of the stage to please settle down so that we can move forward for our next panel discussion. Yes. So for discussing the driving diversity, the role of women entrepreneurs in India's economic growth, we have our next panelist, Mr. Madhu Gupta, Managing Partner at Ethom Venture Partners. Yes, Mrs. Madhu Gupta. Mrs. Sneha Hingorani, Director, Manufacturing Digital Transformation and Strategy of LTI Mindtree. Mrs. Nisha Bharat, Program and Project Management, Morgan Stanley. And to moderate the panel, we have Ms. Ayushi Agarwal, Field Marketing Manager, Planview. Yes, please, a round of applause from them. Come on, we need some energy here. Thank you so much.
Hi, I think all of you are expecting Anupam Mittal, but here we are. Okay, so thank you everybody. A very good afternoon. Myself, Ayushi Agarwal, a brief introduction. Modern day marketer in the B2B space by day. In the evening, I'm just a curious interviewer exploring interesting stories, and that's what we plan to do on the stage today. Before we delve into the topic, a few facts. India today is the third largest ecosystem globally for entrepreneurship, of which, according to a research by Bain, 17.5 million businesses are women-run, which can be 30 million in the coming years with the right support. However, a staggering setback, 48% of females in the country, but only 18% GDP comes from female, and even sadder that less than 25% of workforce today is females. So on that note, welcome to the panel on driving diversity and the role of females in driving India's economic growth. Please welcome our panel. Please, a big round of applause. I know Anupam is not here, but we're going to talk some interesting facts. Thank you. Okay, so I will just pass on the mic and ask our panelists to introduce themselves. If I may begin with Nisha.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nisha Bharat. I work for a top 5 American investment bank based out of Dubai. I lead their EMEA side of data management and security, and I'm actually very excited to talk about this, to talk about women empowerment, because I used to be an entrepreneur myself, and I'm looking to do more investments into women-led businesses. So this topic is of interest, and I hope we can all share some good insights and have a good discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhu. Okay, everyone, please clap. I'm just going to keep nagging for that so that I make sure you are present here. Okay, next I would pass it on to Sneha.
Thanks, Ayushi. First of all, thanks to the organizers and the organizing committee here who had put so much effort for organizing such an amazing event. A big shout out to Rachit and Kanika, who I was in touch with for this event. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. I am Sneha Hingorani. I'm Director for Digital Transformation for Manufacturing Business Unit at LTI Mindtree. I did my bachelor's in engineering with IT specialization and have been part of IT world for around 18 years now. I'm a trusted CXO advisor and a consultant for global manufacturing Fortune 500 firms, especially focusing on US region. I was privileged to be awarded being the finalist in the ISG Women in Digital Awards for APAC region last year, and was blessed to have made it to the top 100 women leaders in India list published this year by Jombe. I love to read and travel. My aim is to explore every corner of this globe by the time I die. And overall, so far, covered 15 countries across 3 continents, but more miles to go. And looking forward for an interesting discussion with all the eminent speakers here out today.
Hello everyone, I'm glad to be here. This is Madhu Gupta, head of, managing partner at Ethom Venture Partners. We are revenue scaler, revenue accelerator plus fund based out of Singapore. We help startups in growing their revenue by helping them in acquiring more and more enterprise customers. So if you are a startup here and operating into B2B space, have done some of the pilots in India and now you are ready to grow outside India, then we could be the right partners for you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. A loud round of applause. Sorry. Okay, so let's delve into the first question, which is for Sneha. Nisha, that financial access is still one of the biggest barriers for females to enter the entrepreneurship space. How have you seen it evolve over the years? Has it gotten better? What challenges still prevail? And how can we further make it easier for females to break that barrier?
Yeah, so I think women actually make up a very important part of the the small businesses actually, and so it and they are the ones like who actually have a lot of trouble like getting loans from like traditional lenders. Mainly because of like gender bias or and this could be like an unconscious bias, and also there's different factors that are from the supply side regarding the product that are not designed for women-led businesses. They are designed more for like men-led businesses and not for small startups, which is what women-led businesses are more focused on. And also from the demand side, where women do at times lack the financial literacy and knowledge because they're more towards the social side of taking care of the household and taking care of the household basically. So their financial knowledge and literacy is limited, not a lot. And so I think it is kind of, I think I do see like there have been improvements in a lot of banks as well, like providing support to women, and also government institutions collaborating with social institutions to create or to promote women-led businesses by providing finances or giving them mentorship and education as well. I think, so overall, I guess like from the finance side, I do see like fintechs as well and financial institutions creating products and making available of markets such as crowdfunding, right? Like which have become easier for women to get involved with. So I think there have been limitations when it comes to women financing because especially like for women, I'm guessing like in India and a lot of like other countries as well, where they are women in rural countries, areas, they do not have collateral, which is what is needed. Like if you need like a loan from the bank, like they need like something to underwrite it. And that's why I think there needs to be like a little bit more understanding towards what is needed for like women-led businesses and how finances and financial institutions can help them. But there's been growth towards it, and I think it has all been like a very positive growth. There are some limitations. I think a lot of women do lack confidence as well in saying that, hey, you know what, this is the startup, this is what I'm passionate about, this is what I want to do. They get obviously like divided between like their social or their home life to whether like how much they can contribute like to their own startup. But I think that is changing everything. I think people are contributing like more, and women are getting like more involved and engaged in starting like their own businesses. So yeah, I think.
Thank you so much for that answer. Anybody else on the panel that you'd like to chime in?
So overall, yeah, I mean, as Nisha was also mentioning, she was also mentioning that the overall the ecosystem is evolving. We have come a long way, but there is more ground to be covered. And as you were mentioning, Ayushi, in the beginning, like women is currently contributing to around 22% of the GDP. But if you see globally, that number stands at 45%. So there is much, much more ground to be covered. And with initiatives like, Niti Aayog bringing in WEP and Amazon Saheli and various other incubator programs, we are getting access to the funding, and overall women are also not only from the top metro cities of India, but also coming out from tier 2, tier 3 cities with technology becoming more accessible, and especially after post-COVID, we are seeing that a lot of homegrown businesses coming forward. So yeah, I mean, we are seeing the overall evolution and acceptance in the society and evolution in the overall ecosystem.
Thank you so much. Yes, financial literacy is, I think, one of the biggest challenges even before access to finances. But there are other barriers like socio-cultural. Madhu, would you like to elaborate a little on, what kind of barriers still exist? Like we're in the 21st century, however, the barriers are pretty much the same. What are the trends that you've seen and how can they be broken?
Yeah, sure. So the rise of women-led startups have been phenomenal in last few years, but still there is a huge gap, which is more than 80% now. So how do we address that, and what are the social barriers that stopping women entrepreneurs to enter into this space? Of course, the entrepreneurship is not easy, whether it's a man or women, but when it comes to the women, it gets more difficult. But still, I mean, nowadays there are lots of support. There is lots of support available outside. If you look into government side, there are lots of organizations that are focusing more and more on women entrepreneurs or female-led startups. It's just that you need to go out, explore them, so that you can have financial support or technological support or R&D support from these organizations. There are also lots of incubators or acceleration programs that are happening around, which also focus more on female entrepreneurs. So go ahead and figure out which one is the right one for you, so that you can get that initial kick or initial support from these organizations, and you can take your innovations to the next level. Then also there are funds which help women especially. It's just that you need to figure out those funds, who are the right ones for you, who are investing into women founders. So figure those out. Regarding mental barriers, of course, that still exist. I think not in tier 1 cities, but still in tier 2 and tier 3 cities, it's more. So working around that, it completely depends on us, how we are planning our work and how we are taking care of our household things, how we are delegating things which are easy to be managed by someone else, and how we are taking care of more higher level things. You can hire employees, you can ask for help, go out, go for networking events where you can meet with like-minded people, you can brainstorm with them, and you can explore your path forward, right? So I have 2 requests. Some of the female entrepreneurs may not like it, but there are few requests from my side. Whenever you go for any video call in a professional setting, of course, please turn on your video. Please turn on your video. It looks really ugly, or it looks really bad when you don't turn on your video for the video calls. Great, yeah, right? You agree with this, yeah. So it shows that whether you are low in confidence or you are not you are not giving enough value to this call, right? In both the ways, it looks really bad. So make sure that you turn on your video. Whether you have your makeup on or no, that doesn't matter. As long as you are there, you are representing yourself, you are representing your innovation, your venture, that's good, right? So yeah, that's one request. Then whenever you are getting any position or any job, or maybe you are leading some company, you are getting some grants, don't take that as an advantage because you are a woman. Take that because you deserve it. Work hard for it. Don't let others feel that you got this position because you are a woman, right? Because this company had to meet their KPIs. They want to have a diversity. That's why they hired you. Please don't let that happen. So these are the two requests to all the women entrepreneurs here. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhu. Quite insightful. And on the second request, I actually have a question for the audience. How many females in the audience? Please, a show of hands. Okay, well, we need to drive diversity here, Pratik, if you're listening. Okay, second question. How many of you have ever undervalued yourself or undersold yourself in your heads that you've gotten this position because you're a female? Okay, no hands. Lovely. Maybe because we don't have enough females in the audience. But not that my career is very long, but at the very beginning of my career, a very senior BCG professional told me that, Ayushi, many times in your career, you'll be told that, you know, you've gotten this opportunity because you're a female, and tell them, yes, so what? I will prove myself. Opportunity given, opportunity taken and proven. So request two, I undergo it, and that's actually something a lot of females will identify with. So Sneha wanted to add in something.
Yeah, just wanted to add that I agree with both Madhu and Ayushi here. So, you know, previously, like a decade back when I used to attend such events, even in US, there were only handful of females. Sometimes I was the only one. So now you're seeing the scenario change. You can witness it in this event itself. And overall, you know, this morning itself, I was reading an article in Economic Times, and it mentioned Battle of the Sexes. Men no match to all women's team. No offense to men out here, but I'm just stating what Economic Times first page read today. And it was apparently very interestingly quoting an example of my own organization, L&T Group, wherein we have deployed an all-women's group for Tata Steel's mine in Odisha. And they are handling the repair and maintenance of heavy-duty equipments and machinery. And this is, the all-women's team is becoming a very common concept around Amazon handling the delivery centers here in Surat, or whether that be KFC having quick delivery outlets, or Shell having petrol outlets and petroleum outlets and so on. So we do see a change, and women have come a long way. We all have come a long way. And as Madhu said, most of the barriers, if we look, they might be within. So, you know, your own mindset needs to shift. Entrepreneurship is genderless. Entrepreneurship is a mindset, and you need to have that own mindset shift. Sometimes we as women have a lot of internal conversations. Who will let me? Should I go and do it? Should I ask this question, and so on. So we need to have that mindset shift within ourselves and say that, you know, like, who's going to stop me, and let me do it. What if I fail? It's okay. Let me give it a try or a shot. So those changes, sometimes also the barriers are within, which we need to explore and change our own mindsets.
Thank you so much. On that note, since we're talking about barriers, I think even today, although it's changing, like you said, still technology is somehow seen as not a very long marriage for females. Like, females and tech don't go hand in hand. However, today technology is a big enabler. So on that note, Sneha, what would you say that how can the modern female today use technology to grow their ventures?
Yeah, so being a woman in STEM myself, I can go on and on for hours on this topic. Yeah, but I'll keep it short here. So majorly we've seen a shift post-COVID. So post-COVID, phygital became the normal norm, like events like this where we meet in person, network and all. However, online presence or e-presence or virtual meets are equally acceptable. So that gives women a lot of flexibility to work from home while handling their kids or other things at home, and being present for work or some investor meets and important meetings there. At the same time, the online marketing, the social media and Instagram pages or the websites, the e-commerce portals have given us a avenue to be at the doorsteps and approach millions of target audience across the globe. So there is not a restriction of having a physical store anymore to reach your target audience. Apart from that, no technology conversation in 2024 will be complete without the buzzword of AI, ML, and Gen AI. So obviously, not only women founders, but any entrepreneur for that matter can look into AI-enabled use cases for improving process efficiencies and so on. Just to give you a few examples, AI-enabled chatbots for customer engagement, AI-enabled insights for your supply chain decisions or your quotation improvements and so on. Leveraging Gen AI for your content creations or your marketing blogs, email campaigns or logo creation and so on. In fact, interestingly, we were just doing a POC for one of our major clients where we analyzed around 5 million quotations from historic 25 years data, and we came up with the parameters given by AI Insights that what parameters can make it a winning quotation. So all these scenarios are happening, and that can enable women and even all the entrepreneurs out there to grow their business multifolds and much faster.
Yes, Nisha, I would like to add something. Please go ahead.
Yes, so coming from technology, working in the technology sector, I think world is moving so fast nowadays, like especially and we were just discussing this earlier, that AI has become such a buzzword, may it be health, wellness, or any sector, AI is the way to go forward now. Even something as simple as seeing what foundation works well for you or what lipstick would look good on you. You don't even need to go to the stores anymore. You can go on the website and there is AI-generated model that people have created to see what product suits best for your skin. So I think technology is such an important and a tool these days, and women who know technology, I think they are definitely at an definitely at an advantage, and I think we should encourage more women to educate themselves in the technology sector and get ahead of this trend.
Yeah, thank you so much. At this point, any questions from the audiences? Either everybody is understanding everything or nobody is listening and just waiting for the next session. Any questions? Show of hands? Nope, makes my job easier. All right. Oh, okay, I see one hand there. Can anybody pass the mic over there, if possible, please?
Yeah, so my name is Nandini. So as, Madhu mentioned that, there are few things that women are still having a problem when you say women entrepreneurs. But there is something called, I think, social entrepreneurship and women is becoming a very good fit nowadays. I don't know if you're understanding. So because I think as a women, we understand a lot of impact side and the emotional side. So when someone wants to enter that field, what would any one of you advise? How can one take that up?
Thank you for that question. It was actually on my list. I cut it, but thank you for bringing that up. So who would like to take this? Okay.
Hi, thanks for your question. It's, I think you're spot on that women are by nature, their nature is to nurture, right? So women are, it's in their DNA that they're good at social aspect of things. So I think my advice would be if you're passionate about it, you really want to get into social entrepreneurship, then the best way to approach that is to maybe select a niche reach out to like the rural areas or where you think you want to improve the conditions, like what kind of social initiative you want to get involved with. There are a lot of government agencies now who work with NGOs, right, like to create that opportunity for women. And like some of our, like the panelists has mentioned as well, there are incubator programs as well, which can actually help you gain insight on how to actually think or strategize or do a business in a certain way. So I think all of those points can really help. I think like one of the key examples that, or one of the lady that I'm really inspired about, which I think is Sudha Murthy. Right? She's such an inspirational lady. Like, she's a co-founder of Infosys. She is passionate about social causes. I think, like, even following her, listening to her, the way she communicates, like, the way, like, what her thinking is, I think that can actually help as well, like, to, like, just to get an insight, like, on how people approach, like, social entrepreneurship.
Thank you so much.
I hope your question was answered. Thank you for the
Thank
question. Thank you. I see another hand raised in row 2, column 1. If can somebody pass the mic, please? Yeah, to us, yes. I don't know if to the larger audience you are, sir.
Firstly, thank you for the wonderful deliberation. I have two questions. One, there was recently a policy that was declared called the care policy in India. We don't have too much fine prints of that available to us, but if the panel can throw more light, because there's a lot of focus on the women, getting women into the mainstreams of it, specifically focusing on the unpaid care that they provide. So if that's one aspect, if the panel can throw a light. And second is, as India approaches to be a 5 trillion economy, definitely there's a larger role to be played by the women, getting more women into the business, and specifically at the board levels. So today, if you see up the listed companies, we don't see a lot of women taking the board seats. So what do you think? What should be the approach, and where is the challenge there?
Who would like to take these questions up? Very difficult ones. Thank you for asking. They're a mind teaser. Anybody? Okay.
So overall, Falguni Nair launching Nykaa had IPO had paved the way to take inspiration from, and we'll definitely see more women entrepreneurs coming up and listing their ventures down the line. But now I feel like it's more homegrown, and especially post-COVID, we have seen a lot of women coming out in tier 2, tier 3 cities. Like just giving you my example, when back in the day I was starting, I just followed Indra Nui videos and articles and all. Now we have so much of mentorship, inspiration, and role models around. So definitely, more women, future entrepreneurs will get inspired and will come forward doing that. And we already see so many inspirations around, whether that be Vinita launching Sugar or Ghazal launching Mama Earth and all. And also, I'll tie it up with the previous question. So in the concept of design thinking, we have this user-centric solutioning, right? And women are very empathetic and also have a niche skill and talent to understand the personas like a newborn baby or a new mother or a working woman and so on. So there are few niche requirements out there in market which are yet not catered to, and that's where we are seeing all these products like Plush, Nua, Mama Earth, and coming forward, taking that niche market which HUL and PNG used to cater historically. And so we are seeing that change, and with all this events happening, all these talks happening, all the inspiration that they are getting out there, and all the fundings which are now available with the government policies out there, we will definitely see a change, and more women will definitely come forward. And I mean, I was just recently reading a report from Bain & Company, and they were projecting that by 2030, women will be generating around 150, 170 million odd jobs in India itself, which is like huge. So, I mean, definitely, we have seen a lot of shift in the past decade or 5 years. We are yet to, cover more ground.
Yeah, so definitely, I mean, things are evolving. If I talk about Singapore, this year this is a record high women directors on the board. So we can see the changes happening. It's slow but steady.
I hope that answers your question.
Partly.
Partly.
Because the one on the care economy policy.
So if I understand your question correctly, your question is around how there's a lot of unpaid care work that females do at home and is not accounted for. I'm not a mother, I'm not married, but I have a mother who is married and who doesn't work, and she spent all her life taking care of me and my brother. Right now she's in Chandigarh as I'm here, still wondering how am I doing on the stage. So she spent her entire life grooming us, nurturing us, and even today she's not here to witness it. So your question, yes, there are generations of females who've done that, and they're never, it's a thankless job. Like there's no single day off for females who are homemakers, and I think we're seeing that shift even with my generation. Nobody wants to get married early. I don't mind accepting I'm 27 and I'm not married. I don't want to get married early because somehow when you do get married, responsibilities are more on a female. It's an assumed responsibility. Change, I don't know when it's going to happen. I think it starts from within because right now it's a lot of society conditioning. So no matter how many amount of policies come out or how many examples we set, even in a lot of interviews of Indra Nooyi, she keeps talking about how she used to be in office at 4. I don't profess that. I don't want to be a superwoman. I just want to be a female. So I think that change will come when we want to change, no matter how many amount of policies come in. So I don't know statistically, but that's how I would answer this question from an individual standpoint. Does it answer your question now? Okay, thank you so much. Okay, the gentleman in the first row, he has a question. I am sorry that this session is going longer, but are we allowed to extend 5 minutes, IB team? Okay, thank you. Mike in the first row, please. By the giggle on your face, the question looks...
It's not a trick question. It's not a trick question. I think my question is more around the fact that you guys are so accomplished, all 4 of you. Like you've done exceptionally well, and just to inspire like women in this audience right now, like what single thing would you say has helped you elevate yourselves, especially in your corporate careers, to get to where you are? Like, if there's one thing that has helped the most, what would that be?
Okay, who'd want to go first? I think all 4 of us can answer. Who wants to go first? Yeah.
All right, so he's actually my husband who's asked this question. So this might sound very, very like cliche, but I think for me, moving from like my background's in pharmaceutical science, and I've always been passionate about health and wellness. I moved into project management, and now I lead the EMEA side of data management and security. So I think for me to be in this position, which I'm very grateful for, I think the support of the family is very important, and the confidence to actually try and do something. To have the drive that you want to achieve something in life, I think that is important as well, which a lot of women lack in one way or the other, right? Like there's gender bias, so there's always someone telling you that, no, you cannot do this, you need to focus on this instead of this. But I think women, as women, I think we are very, very resilient. We can juggle home life, we can juggle professional life, and try and succeed in that. And for me, to be where I am today, a lot of that goes to my husband as well. He's my biggest cheerleader. Anything I do, even if it is like if I'm passionate about something, he's there supporting me no matter what. And he's always there. I know he's like a soundboard for me. I can bounce ideas. He'll give me advice. He'll even critique what I do. But in the end, he's a guy like who I know like I can go to, and I know that if nothing works, he'll be there to support me. So I think support of family and friends, having the confidence, having that resilient mindset is important in achieving like what you want to do in life.
Thank you. I think you covered all the points. Does anybody else want to answer it?
So I definitely agree with Nishi, and I see even my husband sitting out there. So yeah, family is there definitely number one support you have out there, and also following your passion, because if you are genuinely going from your heart, you will definitely give your 100% and more, and you will achieve it. But one of the things which I feel women lack and must do more, and what benefited me was networking and allyship. So when you create those networks, and there are so many networks out there like Leap Club or Jombe now. So having that support system around you, whether that be your family support system, your network, and learning from each other's experiences and being in that network definitely helps, because you feel that even other women who have had similar experiences have gone through that journey. So you get like, okay, I will also make it there. That support system and that confidence automatically comes looking at other success stories in that network around.
Exactly, right. So yeah, I mean, the family support and network plays a huge role behind everyone's success. So I basically come from the technical background. I did my BTech, then I worked with Oracle for few years. Then I started my health tech startup in India. I'm not sure if some of you may have heard about Medicare back in 2020, back in 2014. Had a decent exit from it. Then I started advising a few blockchain startups in 2017, because that was a buzzword and that was a new technology around that time frame. While advising those startups, I realized that there is a fund, there are other ecosystem players around it, but what is lacking these B2B startups or founders is helping, a helping hand where they can connect with more and more enterprises. So I started Ethom Venture Partners with my husband. Of course, I do get lots of support from him. Unfortunately, like my co-panelist, my husband is not here, but of course he is supporting me by taking care of my kids at home. So I'm proud of that. I'm very glad to say that the family support should be there, and I do have that.
Okay, thank you. I'll just add two very unconventional points to this question, which I think I relate to more, and I'm going to be very transparent and candid. A is myself. If I don't want to do it, nobody can help me do it. I mean, I can have all the support in the world, but if I don't want to get out of bed, I will not. So myself. And second is being able to take risks. Without risk, I don't think there are any substantial gains in life in any situation. So these are my 2 cents. Yeah, so myself and taking risks. Yep. I did have rapid fire. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I want to hear more of that. Please clap. Okay, so I have a rapid fire round. I'm going to steal a line from Karan Johar. Be rapid, be full of fire. Can I get one mic, Madhu, please? Can I get one mic, please? I'll just pass it to Anisha. Okay, I'm just going to ask you 4 quick questions. You have 1 minute on the clock. Okay. So question 1, one book every entrepreneur should read.
I think the 48 Laws of Power.
Okay. A successful woman entrepreneur who inspires you?
Sudha Murthy.
Lovely. One piece of advice for women seeking funding?
I think to be aggressive and ask for what you want.
Love that.
Not to back down. Yeah.
What's the next big industry for women entrepreneurs in India?
I think skincare and cosmetics.
Oh yeah, yeah. Pratik, get Vanita next time. Okay, thank you. That was your rapid fire and you were very quick. Thank you so much. Everybody, please clap. I'm going to keep begging for that. All right, so next I have Sneha. So question 1, the most important technological trend for women-led businesses?
I would say remote work and AI-enabled use cases.
Perfect. You forgot Gen AI, girl. One change you'd like to see for women entrepreneurs in the next 5 years?
As this gentleman asked, more of IPO getting launched by women entrepreneurs.
Lovely. Your go-to advice for women entering tech entrepreneurship?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Your go-to advice for women entering tech entrepreneurship?
Yeah, so just follow your passion and be at it, and also have user-centric designs in the mind, keeping the user persona at the center. So when you're user-centric solutioning. would be the advice.
Perfect. Last question, because you mentioned traveling. Your favorite city for startup culture?
I would say Mumbai because I'm from Powai. So Powai is a startup hub, being IIT Powai being there, and Vinita starting Sugar Cosmetics from there.
Okay, Prateek, that's hint number 2, wherever you are. Okay, give it up for the Bombay girl. Thank you for the rapid fire. Last, I have 4 questions for Madhu. One word to describe your entrepreneurial journey.
Satisfaction.
Amazing. Your favorite success story of a woman-led startup. Your favorite success story of a woman-led startup.
There are a lot of them. It's
Okay.
difficult to name one.
All right, yeah, more the merrier. Biggest misconception about women entrepreneurs? Biggest misconception about women entrepreneurs?
That they cannot do an entrepreneurship with their household things.
Okay. What do you look for in a pitch? When you're listening to a pitch, what is the one thing that you look for in that pitch that would make you invest in it?
Flipkart?
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. That's the end of the panel. Sorry we went a little overboard. For the ending note, I just have one video to play, and then we will empty the stage. Okay, thank you.
May I? Thank you.
All right, that's it. Thank you for being a lovely audience. Thank you so much.
I think so far it was very insightful, it was very candid, and thank you so much to all 4 of you for conducting such a nice and insightful session, and also to felicitate our panels. I would like to call Miss Nandini Sultania. She recently won Guinness Book of World Record for her NGO work at Kamakhya. So I think we do not have a better entrepreneur, women entrepreneur
Come on, guys,
to felicitate.
clap. Do I have to say it again?
Yeah. So, yes, kindly felicitate Ms. Madhu Gupta. Mrs. Sneha Hingorani. Mrs. Nisha Barot. And Miss Ayushi Agarwal. Thank you so much.